Hi friends, welcome back. I am Wicked Crafty Mom, also April, and I am trying to be organized for my videos, can you tell? Let's set the timer and hope that we have enough room on the camera to do a whole video. This should be interesting. Guess we'll find out. So I have my glue book over here. Whoops. So I am going to grab a page from this because we're going to need it. So let me show you what we're making. Where did my other samples go? Oh my. They're across the room. Okay. So I saw a video of Cori Dahmen's and she made some belly bands with their stacked pocket belly bands. And so this is the first one I made. And I absolutely fell in love with these things. I keep running to my poor husband and saying, look how cute it is. And he makes the obligatory noises yep, yep, good. And then I run back in and make another one because they're so much fun. And they're so cute. And they're using up a lot of my little bits and my bigger bits. So it's good that I have them available. So I'm going to go through each of these real quick and show you what's in them so that you can have ideas of things that you can do and put in them. Definitely recommend going and seeing Cori Dahmen's video herself. Okay, so thing one. All right, so it's got this. So I make them like kind of, I don't measure, I guess. And so I'm not making them all exactly identical because, well, obviously I'm using different papers, but they all have different numbers of pockets because that's just how it works out. So, so I've got a little decoration here, and then I've got this number card, and it's just got a little writing space on it. I've got this little doily from Roxy Creations that I printed out and put a backing on, and you can write on this. Then I've got this little tag here with writing space, and it's got this little car on it, and this is just washi tape, the same washi tape that I used around the edges here. Now I sew on this because I think it looks really cute, and I'm very happy with sewing on it. So mine are all sewed. You can do it without sewing, doing the exact same way. I just then go over and sew it. Okay, so then there's this tag with paper bag on the back for writing space. Then I made this ticket for fun. And this is just one of those calendars that comes home with your kids. It's just got a writing space on it. It's one of those calendars that comes home with your kids at the beginning of school, and it's got all the little calendars on the side. This is one of those. And then this is a butterfly I stamped on a collage page, and some like mulberry handmade paper. I didn't hand make it. And then I've got this little key on this label that I stamped onto a patterned paper and cut out. So there's that. Okay, I'm going to put them here. So then I've got this little blue one, and see, it's just, you're just going to attach it to the page here and here like this, and then you can stick something in there like that. Okay. So this one is in blues, obviously. Little number card. I really like these little punch buggies. They came from a strip. I had strips of them as like a border strip, but I broke them down, and they're super easy to use. Then I made this little ticket with some writing space, and this is just a stamped image that I cut out and glued on here. one of my little bits. Here's another little bit. It says fun, and then it's on another little bit that's a frame stamp. And then there's writing on the back, or writing space on the back. And then this is just a little photograph of a runner, and it says joy. And there's writing space on the back, and I just used my Tim Holtz tiny attacher to attach this little ribbon pull out. And then this says home is where the heart is, and I just put something on the back of it. It's just a label. And I put something on the back of it for writing space. And then this is my little crazy bird that I used the bird stamp that I made, and it's got a little notebook in here. It's so cute. And I just stapled it because my stapler fit. So I've got a little notebook that I can tuck in here, and it makes it look like the bird's peeking out. So cute. And this just happened to be the paper that I used, the backing. Okay, so now I've got this yellow one, which is nice and bright. And I made these little tickets just using scraps. There's room to write on. And I just used little bits on the tickets. And then I used my smaller punch on my crocodile to punch the little ticket things out. This is some paper that I broke down, and it's a little bit, and it's on paper bag. This may be a longer video, by the way. I know I make long videos anyway, but this one may be longer. Okay, so then this is a stamp that I did, and I just put it on something to write on the back. Picture I cut out of a book with paper to write on the back. And then there's this. It's a paper I got from, I don't know, one of the stores, probably Joann's, and you can cut it apart, and it's got all these little stamp images, or these little, I don't know what they are, these little cards. And so I've got this is a page from a book. I think it's from 49 Dragonflies, I think. And this is just a piece of New York Avenue. This is just a piece of a Monopoly card that one of our bunnies ate. Phoebe, I'm looking at you. And so I made part of it into a tag. And it's cute, and there's writing spot on the back. And it's just got a little scrap of thread that I saved, put through the top. And then these are tags. I think these ones might be giveaway tags from my porch prints, but I could be wrong. Alright, and this is my blue one, and I put something on here. So, like, see, even these ones, like, this doesn't have anything on the front. This doesn't have anything on the front. They could, and they might later, but they don't now. So this is just a scrap of some embossed paper, and I made a little ticket. Another border strip that I have is these little daisies. So those will show up again, or they've already shown up. I can't remember. And some embossed paper and some writing space on the back. Collaged on this, and then stuck a number on here. Writing space on the back. This I just use regular staple for. Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher regular staple. Just put a few things on there to look cute. Made another ticket. Now this embossing ink, or not embossing ink, jeez Louise, this distress ink is new. I'm excited. It's called Salvage Patina, and I really think it's super pretty. It reminds me of sea glass and or patina. Okay. So I loved using it. It's just this nice, like, green-blue color. More green than blue. Another collage with another little bit on it. Just a camera picture. More little bits. One of my stamped frames and an owl. Just notebook paper on the back. We're getting there, guys. Little tag. Place to write. Scrap. Twine. This is one that I made, hoping to make them kind of like this. Make things kind of like this. So, because I really liked the idea, so I made these little tags and I really love them. And this one goes really nicely with this. Really might be my drinking word today, guys. This one is my favorite. This one is hands down my favorite. I love the effect that the ink has on this, and I love the color of the ink. But as far as overall impact, this one's my favorite. And this one I made specifically for a journal. So, good things take time. I have this little playing card, and I just inked the edges and the back. And, like, that's all I did to it. This is another text page. I believe it's 49 Dragonflies, but I could be wrong. This was a piece of paper that I just really thought was pretty. Inked it. You can write on it. Another one of those card things. Only this time I cut around the edges like a stamp. Inked it. Does not like going in the pocket though. A stamp and some scrap paper. So I have these stamped images in here ready to go on things. They're all cut out and stuff like that. So they're ready to go, and that's where this came from. I've got more. I've got one, a different kind, but it's ready to go. So I do that. This is paper that I made. This is my handwriting. And then Shabby Dabby Doodah's clock, maybe. And so this is some paper that I had coffee dyed, or cardstock I had coffee dyed after I printed it, just to see what it would do. And I like it. So here it is. This bird picture and Mr. Poe with some black lace because he needs some goth flair. So there's that. Little tag. Another tag just from a scrap. Most of these are just scraps of different kinds. This is a piece of this tag and I just stuck it on here. Piece of map with a word bit and another punch buggy and space to write. Now you could put this on as a pocket too if you wanted. Like, put it on the side and just glue here, here, and here. And then it could be a pocket. Or here, and then put things on this side, even if this is the outside of the page. So you don't have to use it as a belly band, but you definitely can. Another tag with little bits on it and scraps. Scrap a doily. Very green doily. Okay, and this is the last one. I'd been saving this because it's cute. I just put some writing space on the back. This is two that I stuck together, kind of like tea bags, but kind of not. I stamped them and I sewed around them and I used some scrap string. This was the first one, like I said. I definitely want to sew around some of these tags and whatnot, but I haven't done that yet because I'm too busy making them. Just put this on some paper. You can write on the back. It's from mail. I cut it out. Here's another, like I said, there's one of those little daisy things you can write on. These things would be great for where I put my fun facts about things. This would be a great place to put a ton of fun facts, and just kind of, as you come up with them, pull out a thing, write a fun fact, and then, go about writing again, and when you come up with another one, write another fun fact. So here's this. I just cut out this stamped image and put it on backing, and it's got its own little pocket, and did the same thing with that stamp. And that is all of the ones that I've made, but I really dig them so much. So, alright, so we're gonna make one. And you're probably like, about time. Yes, I understand. Okay, so I'm starting with straight up book page. And I hope that we're in focus. Let's make sure we are. Yep, looks good. Everything looks good. We'll see. Okay. So I want to fold, this is a glue page. I'm going to fold it lengthwise. I'm going to get my smusher. Smush. Doot. Then I smush the other side because I feel like it straightens it out. Okay. My next step is to cut some off so I have it the width that I want. And since I've been doing this for like 6 of these, I know that I want my width to be where the edge of the writing is on the paper, where the margin was. And then I also know that I go down 3 lines, and if I cut under that 3rd line, that will be the length that I want. Now, if I were to measure, which I most certainly am not, it's about 7.5 by about 2. Okay. Alright. So, I've got this, and this is going to be my template for my 2 pattern papers that I'm going to make the pockets out of. Alright, so went and had blood work this morning because why not? That's always fun. First thing in the morning when you can't have anything to eat or drink. I cheated. I took a sip of Pepsi so I could take my meds. And that was the only thing I drank. I know I could have taken it with water, but I just needed to taste something. Okay. We're gonna cut this and make more scraps. But these are scraps themselves, so that's good. So I'm waiting on a call from the referral that my doctor sent over so that I can get help with my carpal tunnel, which is good because it's getting not better. My finger is still numb. My middle finger is numb. Evidently, pain in your hand when you're cutting means stop cutting, stupid. And I didn't, so my finger's numb. It'll be fine, right? So then I decide kind of, again, by eyeball, how I want, like what size I want my pockets to be. And what I remember is that you're only going to see half of it and the other half is going to be covered. So however big I want the pocket to be visually, double that. That's how I do it. And that gives you a nice big kind of pocket space to tuck bigger things in. Okay. So, now I'm going to use that first one that I cut as a template and cut the rest. And hope that I have enough paper, but I also have a whole, what was left over there. Okay. This pocket may be a little bigger. I may have been too confident. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a while. I can do this by eyeball. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Because sometimes it works. Now I also know that I have these other two pieces that if I need them. Alright, we're going to pretend for a second here. This will be a background. And then this will be up even with the background. And then this will come halfway down. And then this will come halfway down. And then this will come halfway down. Halfway. Halfway. Guess what? It's not gonna work. Okay, hold on. Let's try this again. Come here, you. There you are. Let's see. Nope. You. Alright, this'll work. And then halfway. Okay. Yep, we got this. We've got this. Alright, so now I'm going to cut because I was going to use this piece. But I botched it up a little bit because I got overconfident. So I'm going to glue this onto here. And this is going to be, because you're going to see this. And I don't care if it hangs over the edges. Eventually it won't. You are going to see some of this stuff through the thumb hole that I'm going to punch in the tops of the pockets. It's stuck to my hands. Yeah, so anyway, I have my blood work done to check my cholesterol. With my fingers crossed that it's better. Which, okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to set this aside for a minute. I'm going to let this dry on here. I'm going to let it chill for a minute. We're going to do the next thing, which is circle punch. Now, 2 layers is really good for me, for my circle punch, because otherwise it starts to get a little cranky if you try to do too few layers. Too few layers. Too few layers. E.T. phone home. Okay. So. Just punch a thumb hole. And because I watched Cori Dahmen for like as many videos as I could one day or a couple days, or maybe I'm still doing it. Who's to know? Anyway, she saves her punches and makes a cute little design with them. So I thought maybe I would try to make a cute little design with them. So, maybe not on this project, but I have done weirder things. Okay, so now that these are they've all got their holes punched, we're gonna take a drink of coffee because, man, I'm parched. I stopped on my way home from getting my blood work done to get coffee because I thought our milk had gone bad. So I couldn't bring coffee with me to drink after. So I bought fresh milk. Well, reasonably fresher than Okay, so the expiration date is the day after tomorrow. But I didn't have a lot of choices at that point. That's what they had for milk, so I bought it. Which probably wasn't much better, but they were out of milk at the place that I usually get milk, or one of the places I usually get milk, so I went to the other place I usually get milk that's not the grocery store, and that's where I got the stuff that I thought was sour, so, which my husband bravely checked the milk out and deemed it fine. I get a little extra anxious about things going bad and whatnot. Sometimes, but sometimes I'm like, it's probably fine. Like, again, I bought milk with tomorrow, and I was like, tomorrow's date, and I was like, it'll probably be fine. So, I'm using Distress Oxide and Black Soot. So, I got the salvaged patina ink yesterday in the mail, and immediately had to do a blue and brown belly band because I really wanted to try it out, and I love it. Love. So I got the oxide and the ink, and I'm going to work on slowly building up my collection of inks that are not the cheapest that I can get, because that seems to help. Okay, look at us now. We've got this. So because I'm putting a pocket here, and I want to make sure that I do my inking so you can see it, I'm going to ink, and I'm going to smudge up where the finger would be rubbing for the hole, where you're going to see. See that? There, it looks dirty through the hole. Okay. Now, I am mostly gluing this down just to tack it into place because, as I said, I'm going to sew it. So, I'm waiting to hear back about having an electrode, well, whatever, some sort of electronic zap test to find out if I have carpal tunnel or what the deal is. And while I'm waiting, like, it seems to be getting worse, but I also haven't stopped crafting because I would rather lose my mind than stop crafting. Anyhow, I'm trying to do things better so that I don't make it worse, but like I said, I'm still crafting, so I'm not staggering them on purpose, but I am going to come and clean up the sides. And I'm going to go back around the edge when it's all put together. And I'm going to ink it around the edge. So if I cut any ink off, I'll just be fixing it later. It'll be fine. But I am taking more frequent breaks because I'm trying to relax my wrists more often. We'll see. We'll see if that does anything. Probably not. What really happened was I cut too much. I was cutting out, literally, no exaggeration, thousands of stamps and little bits. And I went I knew my arm was getting sore because I could feel it getting sore, and I didn't listen. And I kept cutting until I was done, and then after that my finger was numb. So I must have pinched a nerve or something, and I keep hoping I can magically do something or move it or crack it in a way that the nerve will unpinch, but I have not been able to do so yet. Now, I am putting the line on here for the last one because it is gonna, the end here is not gonna be on the end here. I'm laying my glue down because it makes it easier for me to get glue out if I do that. Okay, so now that is glued down, I'm going to take a baby wipe. By the way, I figured out it took me a little bit to figure out why people use baby wipes, but it's because they're sturdier than paper towels. They're sturdier than, they're more cloth-like. I couldn't figure out why Shabby Dabby Doodah Tina was going through the trouble of letting wipes dry out when like paper towels exist. But now I know. It's because they are sturdier and you can use them for days. And they won't leave like lint as a paper towel would or a napkin would or whatever. So I get it. So if anybody else was wondering, I have no proof that that's why, but that's my guess. Or maybe they're just more readily available in the UK, I don't know. But I get it now. And I have a whole box that, because it was over here during the winter and the heat is like in that back corner, they dried out. So I've got half a box of dried out wipes ready to go. Okay, so now we've got this, and I'm going to use different things to make tags and stuff. So let's see, just grabbing, this is good. So I don't want to use the same papers that I used when I made it. I want to make things visually interesting. Let's see. This is a piece of yarn stuff. So I've just got some scraps here. Let's see what we've got. Some book page, some more book page. See, here's more of that writing that I did. And here's some black, straight black, which we don't have. Blue and green. Maybe. Probably not though. Okay, so let's start by making a tag out of these. I'm just cutting the tag the size I want. Whoop. Whoop. Trim off the corners. Even out the bottom if it looks crooked to you. Okay, now I'm going to round these corners a little bit. Just take the sharpness off. There. And let's see, let's look for a little bit. This should be little bits. We're gonna look for something to put on the middle so that it's not just, maybe. So it's not just a blank card. So I'm looking for something that works. It's a little bigger, it takes up a little more space, and when I ink it, it will stand out a little more. Because I forget that I'm using black ink. Alright, and while I'm inking, I may as well Ink the edges. Do, do, do. So I've been wearing a brace to bed because my doctor told me to, which is fine. It's awkward though. It's just like sleeping with a weight on your wrist. It's weird. Okay, that's cute. There. Okay. I might... Oh, yep, I like that. So I'm just going to add this too. It's part of a flower. Let's see, let's ink it first. Do 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 do. Okay. It's just a little coffee stain scrap of paper that I made a flower out of, and then I cut the flower because I used it somewhere. And this is the other half of that, and I stuck it in my little bit so it'd be ready to use. Whoops. And then, well, that is another piece ready to go. Done. I mean, gone. Used. That's cute. I like that. Now, I'm going to take my little side on this hole puncher. Bloop. Little hole for a scrap of this. Whoops. Stop that. Alright, so I want about that much. This is a crochet hook. It's a small one. Fits through here. And it helps me pull the ends through on this little little string. One down. Now I do make these and then I'll go back and sew them in a little bit. I'll sew the base in a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Alright, now we've got this black paper here. So this will make another tag. Now let's see what we want to put on it. Bigger than I want. Let's see what we've got. Genuine Monopoly money. That is genuine Monopoly money, that's for sure. Here's some little words that I do. These are, some of these are from like 49 Dragonflies. This might work. What do we think of this? We think it's good. That's what we think. Okay. So another stamp. This one came from a planner set of planner stamps. It's telling me to pay the bill. So I kind of just put random stuff on the little tags. I mean, it's not wicked random. Like that red one I did, you know, kind of spooky stuff. Halloween-y type vibe. Obviously, I do not need to ink around the edges in black with this black, because I think even if I did, you wouldn't see it. And because I made that one into a tag like that, I'm going to make this one into a one with rounded corners all the way around. All the corners are going to be rounded, not just the bottom two. Okay, there's that. And now I'm going to use this, because this side is blank. Glue stick. And there. Smusher. Here's smusher. Alright, so obviously I don't need to ink the black cardstock, but I do want to ink the white edges of this. So, on your mark, get set. And I'm not cutting with the finger that I hurt either. I'm adapting. Adapting and overcoming. Not really overcoming because it's kicking my butt. Because I'm taking breaks and stuff like I don't want to take. Because I gotta when my hand hurts too much. Oh, still got 20 minutes left. That's cool. We'll probably finish this then. And I don't need to put a pull tab on this one. I'm just going to put it there. It's cereal time. Not for me. So I'm going to make a tag out of this because there's no reason not to. Let's see. Tag. Here's this. Here's this. Whoop. Now this is just from yarn, but I like the color. I like the color. Yay me. I like the color. Alright, this one I'm gonna actually glue on with this Elmer's glue wall that I have in a bottle from Art Glitter Glue, because I'm doing that because I want it to stick, and this has kind of a slick-ish surface, so I want to make sure it adheres. Adherence. Alright. I know there's really no reason to make a tag out of a yarn wrapper, but I like it. Let's see. And all right. Another stamp. Just stuck. Stamped on some paper bag. I'm getting less afraid of using my ink now. A little bit. I'm using it. I'm like actually trying to get ink on the... It's been hard, but I've managed. Okay. Do. It's probably weird that I'm using that, but I like it. Put some more. I had some more, whatever this stuff is, ink on my... There we go. There, now I'm leaving this one with its square edges. There's that. Alright, let's make a lighter one now, because I've been making kind of dark, moody ones. Let's make a little bit of a nicer one. And you can, I mean, I'm just making them this size because it works right now. Not that. Alright, since I'm using this paper, I'll just keep using it. Doo-doo-doo. Smush, smush, smush. Okay, so I am gonna cut the corners off this like a kind of like a tag or a ticket. Kind of not. Flipping through looking for stuff that can go on the tags. Oh, here we go. Got happy. Ink, ink, ink. All right, and I'm going to take some of this. This was paper that came in a gift bag. Somebody brought me, like a little gift basket that somebody brought me back from a coworker went to Mexico to visit his family. And when he came back, he had gifts for everybody he worked with, which was very thoughtful and kind. And so this is some of that. Alright, so I gotta cut some of this off, like that. And then I'm gonna run my glue stick right in the middle and get this glued down. Hopefully. Maybe. Smusher? Smusher to the rescue? Yeah, okay. And then I'll grab my other glue, this glue. It's laying down so I can get glue out easier, because when it lays down I don't have to like bang it on the table or any of that stuff trying to get it. Trying to figure out if I'm gonna need to like staple it down, but maybe I will. Maybe later. Let go. Let go, string. Come on. Thank you. Ink, ink, ink. Do 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 do. Do do do. Okay, here we go. That's cute. There. If I have to like glue down the green part with this glue, and I might, then I'll do that. Alright, so now we need, let's go with another piece of book page. I'm gonna make this one a little bit bigger. I'm gonna fix the end so it's even. Okay. I know if I measured I wouldn't have to keep trimming it like that, but I didn't, so I do. Guess we'll find out. See if I like this. I don't know if I want such a strong pop of color in it as the blue, but we'll see. Here's this, and I want to put it in here, see if it... Oh yeah, that's much better than I thought it would be. Okay, cool. Alright, glue. And if I put something on top of it, which I'm going to, it will be even better and more subdued. Subdued. Okay. So, let's see. Yep. Okay. Here's this. And I'm going to make this one into a ticket, like with the punchies and the punching. Okay. So, I have this punch, and it has a stub side and a scallop side. It's a We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. Oh, that's right. I forgot it doesn't like thin paper. And this is definitely that. So what I'm going to do is, I forgot to back it on something anyway. So let's find something. Here's a piece of envelope. Let's back it on that. Cut it out, and then we'll do the corners. Here we go. Okay, so totally forgot about that. It's persnickety. If not, I have another idea. It doesn't love it. I'm starting to see maybe why these things were on clearance when I got them. Alright. Or you can just do this and cut a little circle out. Now, I know for sure this one will work. I say that, it probably won't because I said that. It would have any other time. Haha, it worked. So now I've got that ticket shape, and now I can ink that. Doo-doo. 1, 2, 3 more. I think we can do 3 more. It may go a little over what I wanted to, but shouldn't be too far over. Okay. Alright. Let's use some paperback. Just gonna cut out a piece. There's that. Nope, not that. All right. There's a guy looking out a window. This'll work. He looks very thoughtful and pensive. He's actually the other half of one of the pictures in the other... one of the others. I wonder how whistling is picked up. Sorry if that was weird. So I just go through and I keep making little ephemeras. Itty bitty ephemeras. Ink it. Ink it. see. I'm gonna round the corners because I just like the corners rounded on most things. There. And I refilled my vintage photo with ink, and I don't have the heat on now, so it's not going to dry it out. I hope. So hopefully it will work better. So I've been using that a lot more. Again, I've been using a lot of different ink colors lately. All right, so this is good. It's green and white. Obviously you can see that, but what I mean by that is it will match with this. And all I need, I could just, this is thinner than I want, so I'm not going to just stick it in there. I'm going to back it with this because it's right in front of me. And then I'm going to round the corners, and then I'm going to stick it in there after I ink it. And then we'll only have one more left, which is cool because we've got like 3 minutes left on the video. So I'm going to go over because I'm probably not going to make another one in 3 minutes, but I'll have them all done and it won't be as much over as I thought originally. So yay! Okay. All right, let's get these corners rounded, rounded, and rounded, and rounded. There we go. So my 15-year-old went out with his friends last night, hung out. They played Manhunt in the dark. They had a good time. I'm glad that he's being social. Still, like, my kids are wicked careful about COVID precautions, but he has been vaccinated, so that helps. That helps a mama feel better. So that's cute. I like that a lot. Let's see what else we got in this little bag of goodies here. We have what are you? Whoops. We have stuff I'm throwing on the floor. Stop it. Okay. Let's look in the bigger bits. Let's see if I've got anything. Got this. This'll work. There's that. All right. So, why am I using this? Because it's still right in front of me. And works just as well as anything else. I just had this horrible feeling that, oh good, it was a horrible feeling that I had stopped recording, but I had not stopped recording. I had to double check myself. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna punch a little hole in this, put a string through it. We're also going to put something on the front. Let's see. We're gonna put, what are you? It's bright yellow. I have not introduced bright yellow into this mix, so I'm not going to use that. Let's do this. What's for dinner? There. Put this on here. That's cute. I like that a lot. Okay. And again, we want enough string. Dang it. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you. You have done your duty. Oh, I may not have done this long enough so that I could get it through. We'll see. Come here, you. I'm chasing the string around with a crochet hook, like one does. If I can get this one, I got it. Yay! Okay. One last thing to do. Except for sewing, which I'm still gonna sew around the edge. Okay. Ta-da! But I'm going to do that off camera. So this is done, except for sewing around the edge, which is mostly decorative. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!